Blessings. We are consequently in a very, very long struggle as prisoners of war to return to the power of our estate, our nation state, and destiny. And I know a lot of people are suffering the outcry of being prisoners of war under a political, economic, and a religious system that doesn't reflect the true nature of our lives. But I'd like to inform you that through many, many years, starting at the early 20th century, lots of information about the truth of our heritage, history, and culture was suppressed, even when there were scholars and people who spoke the truth. Currently, there is no difference in how information is being disseminated, except there are more avenues available to us now to provide information. So why am I saying this in the midst of when people are sharing so much things about the hurt they feel in the collective sense for the individual hurts they feel through this white supremacist system? The essence is that information breaks down the barriers, and we gotta be informed about who we truly are. We are still in the subhuman context of mind, needing justification from another human being before we are quite accepting in ourselves of who we are as human beings. People might say a sense of information based upon the environment is sufficient enough to make a person of Aboriginal heritage, i.e., called a black person, feel at home. But if black is a political term that is also a legal term that cannot connote an individual by nature, some say the connotation suggests that it is an individual, it's a subhuman context. So Aboriginal First Nations people across the earth, we have to hold steadfast to our anthropomorphic, anthropological, cosmological information that is contained in our heritage. We've got to stop looking at these information as some cosmogonies, as some form of substandard, colloquial, and novelty information. There is codification, stratification of deep-centered ancestral strategies on our eventual overcoming of our enemies. These prophecies are plotted into patterns, design, and systematic understanding that has been oral, oratory traditions. We've got to return to these studied, calculated, assimilated, and culturally sacred information. We've got to come off of the modern state and destiny ideation on who a Aboriginal human being is. Technology, position in society cannot define a human being. Neither can terminologies by invaders adequately define our place, our position in history, or in the whole cosmos as a living entity. It is just impossible. So, we've got to become anthropological in the most astute and deepest manner to research our heritage, to anthropologically, through archaeological anthropology, through linguistical anthropology, eke out the fundamental tenets of human civilization, be engendered into it, and do not create philosophies that divide and conquer your own mind. We are the First Nations. We are Aboriginal. Every contemplation of human concepts came through our genealogy. That means that every name, every sound, every utterance is a dichotomy of I am that I am. So I cannot carry another man's name. It was I who first gave you that name that you can say that you are. So it is I who are the owner of civilization, and that is evidentially historic. It is scientific. The truth has power. Stand in truth. Stand in truth, not obligation of social, political, or religious nature. Blessings until next time.